today needs musts, because to be honest, I need to clean my sink before we go. Here we are. I love an evening swim down here at Center Parcs. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video, and in fact this one is going to be a weekend vlog, as today we are off to Center Parcs, our favourite place in the planet. I can't even explain to you the love that Connor and I have for Center Parcs. We go, and this is no exaggeration, a minimum of twice a year, and have done for our entire lives. So we are really are Center Parcs veterans, and we just love it. I went with my family when I was a child every year. Connor went with his family when he was a child every year, and then ever since we have been together, we have gone twice a year every year. So honestly, some people might think that is really boring, but if you have been to Center Parcs, you will probably understand the hype. But we are going to be leaving in about half an hour. Excuse this in the corner. Whenever we're going somewhere and we need to pack up the car, this corner of the lounge is always like our packing station effectively. We always put everything that needs to go here. So as I'm doing the final kind of scoot around the house and getting everything clean and tidy, Connor is packing the car, and nothing can be missed if it's all here. So as I mentioned, we're leaving in about half an hour. So I have a little cleaning routine, surprise, that I like to do before we go away. Whether we're going away for one night or 2 or 3 weeks, I always like to do the same. Now, probably important to point out that my house isn't dirty. This isn't like a deep clean. This isn't a real thorough clean before we go. It's just kind of the final scoot round, the things that I really personally like to do, just to make the experience when you come home a little bit nicer. There's nothing worse than just walking into utter chaos that you've left behind, especially after a nice weekend away. So Connor is just finishing up packing up his bags, then he will pack up the car, and in that time I have about 10-15 minutes worth of little cleaning jobs that I thought I would show you guys. These are my, as I say, my go-tos. It's probably like 4 or 5 things that I just like to do before we go away. So first things first, I'm going to put the last little remains of the washing from the Era away. There isn't much on here because we've been kind of picking stuff off this morning as we've been packing. But I do really like to make sure that when I go away, I leave an empty laundry basket. We're only away for 4 days, 3 nights. It's not a long time, but coming home to an empty laundry basket really does just help. The other thing I really like to do before I go away is always clean our tea towels. So this wash literally just had some tea towels in it and a few jumpers that were in our laundry basket. So I'm just going to get all this put away before we go. So next up, I have just come into the bathroom, and I actually don't think I need to clean the bath and shower. It was cleaned properly only a couple of days ago, but after my shower this morning, I actually used, let me just show you, I used this, which arrived in PR a couple of weeks ago, and I think I showed you guys when it arrived, but it's really good. Basically, you just spray it on your wet, like taps and shower screen and things like that, and it stops that kind of lime scaly film building up, so the shower doesn't need a clean as often as it used to, which is great. But I've just got my little cleaning products out. I'm gonna just whiz around the toilet, I'm gonna wipe it down and put some bleach down it, and then the sink, I'm just gonna give that a quick little zhuzh. Nothing too exciting in here. By the time I get back, and which ones won't. These look absolutely fine, so I'm actually just gonna refresh the water so that they can stay nice and hydrated whilst we're away. But these daffodils definitely won't last, so they've probably got another day in them. But there is nothing worse than like flowers that have gone off, that horrible smell. So to be honest, I think it's just time to get rid of them, and then I'll wash that vase out as well. If you've been around here for a little while, then you will know that I will do pretty much anything to avoid having to do the drying up, and will almost always leave the stuff on the drainer to drip dry, but today needs musts, because to be honest, I need to clean my sink before we go. So let's just get that cleared, and then I'm just gonna wipe down, well not wipe down, I'm actually gonna clean my sink with Dishmatic and the Cif Cream Cleaner, and then I will just go over my sides with a disinfectant, and then to be honest, I think that's all we need to do in here. And all of that has left me about 5 minutes just to run around with the Hoover and a quick mop of the surfaces down the floors downstairs. To do the mop now, I'm actually just going to use our speed mop, just because I prefer our other mop. It gives more of like a deep clean, but it can get quite wet, that other mop, and obviously I don't want to leave anything damp drying while I'm not here. So I'm just going to whiz around with the speed mop afterwards, just in the kitchen, the hallway, downstairs loo, things like that. And we are en route to Center Parcs, and I just realised I gave you absolutely zero context this weekend. We are going with Connor's family to celebrate his auntie's birthday, so there is going to be 9 of us, which means we have got 2 lodges which are next door to each other, so obviously I'll show you all of those. Although the trip itself isn't a surprise for his auntie, she very much knows we're going. The fact that we're going early to decorate, she obviously isn't expecting any of that, so check-in is at 4 o'clock. We have told everyone not to arrive until 4:30 because that gives Connor and I half an hour just to decorate the lodge and make it really special for her upon her arrival. So yeah, we are going early. We're going to get there at about 12:30, which is obviously 3.5 hours before we can get into our lodge, although you can still get on site. So we're just going to go for a walk, we're going to go and have a quick look at the shops, we're going to go for some lunch, and of course I'll show you all of that. So we have arrived at our home from home, and this is the famous wild water rapids that so many people love about Center Parcs. It looks freezing, but I promise you the water is heated down there, but honestly, it is so good. So we are just walking down the zigzag as we are on our way to the Sports Plaza with an ulterior motive. That is because it is lunchtime, and at the Sports Plaza they do the best loaded fries, and both of us have got an absolute craving for those, so that is what we're going there for. The Sports Plaza is about a 15-20 minute walk from the main plaza, and we'll head back up there afterwards just to get they've got a Starbucks and bits and bobs up there. So yeah, Sports Plaza for lunch and loaded fries. So coming off the zigzag, they've got this kind of outdoor activity bit. So there's like a kids area up there, and then around here is the high ropes course, which we haven't booked yet, but I think I fancy doing it this time. Would you do the high ropes with me, Con? Unlike why? Scared of heights? Yeah. I'll be doing the high ropes maybe on my own. Another activity we like to do is, I don't know if you can see it, just the other side of that kind of camouflage fencing is the mini golf course. So we normally play mini golf. We doing mini golf this time? Yeah, doing mini golf. Obviously, in terms of getting around Center Parcs, you can walk, you can get the land train, or you can ride your bikes. So they've got loads of little bike parks and things all around the place. Other than that, we're just heading down to the lake, where in the summer and things you can get kayaks and pedalos and bits and bobs like that. Looks like I've already lost Connor to a work call. That was a matter of leaving the house like 2 hours ago, and I've already lost him. But when you come down to the lake, the Sports Plaza is just over there. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the cheese on top of that. Is there any better lunch than loaded fries and a Pepsi Max? It is a couple of hours later, and Connor's brother arrived early as well, so him and his girlfriend came and joined us for lunch, and then we've just been for a bit of a wander, and we are now back in the car. That is because the gates for the park open at 4, and we're just sort of ready to go because otherwise all the car park go at once and it's utter carnage. Don't know if I ever mentioned, we are at the Longleat one. Can't remember if I mentioned that, so if not, that's where we are. But we just been to the sweet shop and picked up a thing of sweets. So I thought we could do a bit of a rate my pick and mix, because I always love to know what people's pick and mix selection is. I feel like it says a lot about a person, doesn't it? But these are actually Cons. Do you want that now?
Thank you.
It's a sugary strawberry. I'm not going to pass you every individual one, don't worry. Con likes these as well. They make me feel a bit sick. I am a Haribo ring kind of gal. I don't know how I'm going to show you guys these in a cup, actually. That was a great idea, but poor execution. But this is what we have going on in here. Just realised that if you haven't been to Center Parcs before, you will have no idea what I was talking about when I was saying about waiting for the barrier to open. Basically, Center Parcs is a car-free park. You're allowed the car between 4 and 7 on the day of arrival, and I think it's like 7 till 11 on the day of departure, but apart from that, no cars are allowed on site. So basically everyone comes on and unloads, and then the car goes back to the car park. So that was what I was talking about for the barrier coming up. But here we are. Anyway, we are in the parks. I don't know if you can see, but there's some little lodges up there in the woods. Here we are. This is our little cabin in the woods for the weekend. Just want to do you guys a very quick lodge tour before everyone else arrives and it becomes chaotic and messy in there. But coming in through here, just I think it's a toilet and a storage room through there. And then they're all pretty much the same layout, but it is just a kitchen diner into the living room, and there's a little log burner in there as well. This one it's got 3 bedrooms. So we've got a twin in here, coming out there, just a basic bathroom. I think that's a double down here. Oh, that's my stuff. I think Connor's just claimed this room as ours. And I think it's another twin in here. So yeah, they're really cozy, but they've got a really nice feel to it. The kitchen, you know, is super, super simple. So, it is self-catering here, although they have got restaurants and style stuff. I feel like I'm giving you loads of like information about Center Parcs when I assume a lot of you have been, because obviously a lot of people do go to Center Parcs, but I suppose if you haven't been before, hopefully this might be a little bit interesting. Look at the little duckies. They've just come up to the lodge. Our lodge is right by a pond, so I'm assuming that's where they live. But yeah, look at the little duckies. Good morning, guys, from a very sunny but crisp Center Parcs this morning. It has just gone 8 o'clock and Connor and I are just on our way actually down to the lake just to do a quick little walk this morning whilst everyone else is still getting showered and ready for the day. I think the last thing I probably showed you yesterday was us setting up the decorations for Connor's auntie to arrive. Sorry, I don't think I actually picked up the camera after that because, you know, it was just a really nice evening. Everyone arrived, just having food and a few drinks, etc. But we just thought we would head out and get some steps in before heading back for some breakfast and getting a plan together for today. Yeah, that sounds perfect. Thank you. Medium, please. Thank you. It's been so much fun, and we've just been and spent about 2 or 3 hours in the swimming pool this evening. So anyway, we are now getting ready for the celebrations tonight. If you're wondering what on earth I'm wearing, why my t-shirt says Mexico and I am wearing little sombrero earrings, and I should be adding my little sombrero hat to the mix, that is because we are throwing Connor's auntie a Mexican themed party night tonight. This is something she really likes. She likes Mexican food, she likes the whole fiesta vibe, so we have decorated everything out there. Mexican food, nachos, tacos, all the chips, all the dips, so everyone is out there and I'm a bit embarrassed to obviously vlog in front of all of Connor's family, but I will hopefully prop you guys up so I can show you what we are getting up to this evening.
Oh, you want to party with us?
Look at our little dinner set up for the table tonight, and of course we have a piñata packed full of all my favourite sweets for after dinner. How good does this look as a little starter?
That's all for you.
Okay.
Lou does piñata.
Oh, this is actually really confusing.
You want to hit up and down?
Yeah. Good morning, guys. It is now the next day, happy Sunday, and it is another beautifully bright sunny day here in Center Parcs. We have honestly been so lucky with the weather. It makes such a difference when you're in an outdoorsy place like this. It's still very, very chilly, but again, beautiful blue skies and lovely and sunny again today. So we are honestly super lucky with that. But it is just coming up to 9 o'clock and we are actually down playing badminton. I say we, it's just Connor, his mum and I at the moment. Everyone else having a bit of a slow morning, and then we're going to head back up after badminton and go and have breakfast with them all. We have a few things booked today. I think we're doing maybe crazy golf and pickleball. I wanted to call it paddle, but we're doing pickleball as well. And of course we'll be going swimming again. Connor's mum and I have just done a rally of 191. I don't even know where today has gone. It's just absolutely flown by. But we've just had a early dinner back at our lodge, which Connor's mum and dad did for us. And we've just come down to the sports centre. It's now 6 o'clock and we have hired out, sorry, I'm just watching because the boys have started to play. We've hired out a couple of pickleball courts, which I've never played before, but it looks like a kind of combination between tennis and paddle. But yeah, it looks quite good. So we're going to do that for an hour or so. And then we are actually heading down for an evening swim, which obviously I can't show you guys. I can't take my camera into the pool. But we love like an evening... What? No? Lost the ball already, we've been here 5 minutes. I love an evening swim down here at Center Parcs. The rapids outside in the evening, the swimming, just a swimming pool outside is just so much more fun. Obviously the clocks have gone forward, so it's not going to be quite as dark, but it's still going to be super cozy. And then I think we're going to come back down and actually play a little bit of late night pool, which I am horrendous at. So let's see how that all works out for me. Connor, don't be mean. What? Did you guys just see that? We have secretly been waiting for this playground to be empty. Obviously, children's playground, but I'm sorry, how good does that look with the slides? Oh my god, guys, play area closed. It says play area closed. We can't go up there. Just editing this vlog back and I realised I never filmed an outro. I have left you guys when we were on our way to swimming on Sunday evening, so there wasn't much more to show you anyway. After that we went back to lodge and chilled for the evening, and then Monday morning we just got packed up and headed home. We did stop off at a little farm shop actually for breakfast on Monday morning on the way home, which was nice, but other than that we just had the nicest weekend. If you've never been to Center Parcs, I would 1,000,000,000% recommend it. If you're just looking for a chilled, wholesome weekend, I say chilled, like there's lots of activities and things to do. So it's definitely like, if you like to be quite active, it would certainly sort of suit you, if that makes sense. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.